Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
The time is now. The time is now. The time is now. I'm Trent, and this is Vision Preparedness. The time is now. The time is now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Mayhemic Thursday. We all survived. We all are thriving. How is everybody doing tonight? Just to check in to make sure that not only can you see me, but you can hear me. Can I get a 5x5? Please welcome in. Good to see you, folks. Hope everybody is doing well. Adriana, good to see you. Good to see you. And thank you for the intro. One of my amazing guys, Steve, created the intro, and we had a guest appearance by Mr. Cole himself, who is doing well, and he is asleep. Thank you again, Adriana. Welcome in, everybody. Let's see who we got in here. Thank you, Sue D, for the 5x5. My man Ghost, an amazing moderator. Thank you for the 5x5. Wolfgang says loud and clear. F. Pierce says 5x5. Thank you very much. Good to see everybody. Hope everybody had a great week, and we are that close to the weekend. Good to see everybody. Who we got in here? Unbiased LLC. Good to see you. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. I hope you are sewing and stitching and making and all that kind of stuff. Yes. My man, Jared Talks. Thank you for the 5x5. Appreciate it, bruh. My man, the Prepared Irishman. Welcome in, my brother. Hope you're having a great day. Hope the family's well. Hope everybody is doing well. My man, Devil Dog Prepper. Thank you for the 5x5. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, bruh. Hope you're doing well. I got something to drop to you as well. Didn't forget. Time just keeps on ticking. Who else we got in here? Oh, there she is, 5x5. One of the greatest names on YouTube. Coffee first, then speak. Coffee makes the world so much better. Hope you're having a great day today. Coffee, everything is good. Sherry, good to see you. Welcome in. Kevin Ramsey, good to see you, bro. Hope you had a great day. Hope you're doing well. Who else we got in the building? KP, the baddest, the best concrete man in the business, folks. I'm telling you, because I've seen his work and he is amazing. Hope you're doing well down there in Nolans, my brother, and everything is well with you. Miss D's Hollywood Garden, good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome in. Who else we got coming in here? Charmaine, good to see you. Hope you're having a great day. My man, Pennsylvania Preparedness, good to see you, my brother. Ain't forgot about you. We got to get together and get it done. My cart runneth over. Good evening. She says hello to everybody. Welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Mama Bear, good to see you. I hope you're having a great day. Mama Bear J15 is in the building. We can get started. And then there is the infamous F Peer. Good evening to you too. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you're having an amazing day. It's Thursday, folks. We're almost to the weekend. We got a great lineup tonight. I got a lot of information, a lot of notes. We're going to keep going down this path of preparing your family and your house for a power outage. And I got some stuff coming down the pike that's going to do and fall right in line what we're talking about tonight. For those of you, if you missed part one, you can go back and watch the replay at the end of this live stream. I will tag part one onto part two, and we will keep it moving. I think there's going to be a part three. I'm working on it, and everything looks green lightishness already. Sonia, good to see you. Hello, and welcome in. Welcome in. Who else we got in here that I may not have spoken to yet? Colleen, good to see you. Hope you're having a great evening. Frank Short, my man, welcome in, welcome in. Hope you had a blessed day as well, my friend. Stewart's Prepping, good to see you, my brother. Hope you're doing well also. And everybody else that is in here that came in, please shut the door, wipe your feet, tell somebody kindly, scoot over, step over them, say excuse me, pull up a chair, get your favorite libation, and we're going to have us a good time tonight. And as Ghost Lincoln said, it is Mayhemic, and it's Thursday, so that's right in line. And for everybody else that I may not have spoken to, Little Lone Prepper, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you, folks, for coming by. Sit down, have a seat, and we're going to get this thing rolling here. First of all, I would like to say I got the green light the other day and couldn't wait to tell you all the prize winners. The pigeons have flown and the packages are on their way. Thank you for your patience. We put in a little something extra from everybody here at Vision Preparedness. So you should be getting packages very soon for all of the winners of the bug out bags. And Sue D won a VFAC mini and all of that great stuff. So everything is on the way. The birds are flying and everything is being sent directly to those winners. Thank you very much. Bug Out Adventures, welcome in. Then there is my favorite flight attendant, Regional Sky Girl. Good to see you. Glad you're here. Welcome in. Come on in, grab a seat, tell somebody to scoot over, tell somebody to move, but be kind. The Prepping Artist, welcome in. Turning Guns, good to see you, sir. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. And everybody else that I may have missed, welcome in. Happy Mac, I see you, my brother, and the Virginia Bushcrafter. By the way, there's tons of amazing content creators in the chat. If you guys type the word vision, it'll drop a link to your channel. Folks, check out some of these amazing content creators. Go over, watch a video, leave a like, leave a comment. If you don't know what to say, tell them I forced you over there and held a cup of coffee to your head and made you go over there. If you like what they're doing, also subscribe to their channel, folks, because we all grow together. Now, let's dive into our topic for the night. And I'm going to see if I can do this right, and we'll get this started. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Share the screen. There we go. Hopefully, everybody can still hear me. Can I get a 5x5? You should be. You should, because I see my mouth moving, I see my head bobbing, and I hear myself. But I just want to make sure that you folks can hear me too. Ha! Salty Dog is in the building. He said, only if it's nutrient survival brain coffee. Yes, sir, my friend. That's it right there. Thank you for the 5x5, folks. I appreciate it. And let's get this train a moving. Yes, indeed. Papa's Farm, good to see you, sir. Hope you're doing well, my brother. Everything is well here. I hope everything is well in your part of these great United States of America. Absolutely. Thank you, Coffee. Storm Weather, thank you very much for the 5x5. Hope everything is well. Thank you, Wolfgang. He said everything looks good here. There we go. KP, my man, says, I'm working by a fire training facility. Hopefully, get some firefighting footage. There you go. Absolutely. Okay, let's dive into tonight's topic. So, tonight's topic is part 2 of preparing your family and your home for a power outage. Last Thursday, we stopped at the point we were talking about remembering your preparedness priorities. We talked about food. We mentioned rather food, water, medicine, security, energy, and hygiene, folks. Hygiene is important. That's where we're going to pick up tonight. So, again, for those that are just joining the series, in this series, we're going to talk about the cause and effect of both short-term and long-term grid down power outages and things to consider and do to prepare your family and your home for such times. Kenna John, good to see you, my brother. Welcome in. Loretta, there you are. Good to see you. Hope you had an amazing day. Thank you for stopping by. Always good to see you, Loretta. Okay, now, just to let you know, everything that I and everybody else in the prepping community how we prepare is always based on the PACE methodology, PACE methodology, which is a military term, which means P is primary, alternative, contingency, and emergency. In other words, backups to the backup to the backup to the backup. So, prime example would be, let's just take, since we're talking about grid down power outages, let's take the prime example of electricity. Okay. So, our primary source of electricity is the power grid. Okay. Alternative would be flashlights, lanterns, whatever you put in the category of your alternative, okay? Contingency could be gas generators, diesel generators, solar generators, battery banks that power, small electronics and all of that. And then emergency could be headlamps, flashlights, candles, fireplace, whatever for the power source. So, good to see you, Joe. Welcome in. That's what we mean by the PACE methodology, okay? Always have backup to the backup to the backups. We always say 1 is none, 2 is 1, 3 is 2, so forth and so on. So that's what we mean by the PACE methodology, okay? So with that, let me get back over here. Now, we talked about our preparedness priorities are food, water, medicine and first aid, energy, hygiene, and security. These are going to be the topics we're going to talk about tonight in this particular part 2 of the series, okay? So we're going to start out with food. Keep in mind, folks, you know how you prep, you know what to prepare for. This information is to give you additional ideas, tips, and tricks, and things to think about on your preparedness journey, because this is not a race. it's a journey. For me, it's a lifestyle. And for many others, it's a lifestyle because there's mayhem in the world, and at any given time, mayhemicness could be let loose upon these United States in this amazing country. Teresa, welcome in. Good to see you. If I didn't speak to you, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Prepping artist, if I didn't speak to you, good evening. Mid-GA Preparedness, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Sweet Thumb, I seen you slide in here. Good to see you and welcome in. So tonight, this particular subject here is food. Okay, we wanna prep proteins, canned goods, freeze dried foods, frozen foods, smoked meats, dehydrated foods, beans, rice, and pasta. The average person, and whatever else you want to prep what you eat, folks. Independent Many United, good to see you. I hope you're having a great day today. Okay. The average person burns about between 1,500 and 2,200 calories per person per day. So, depending on how many people are in your household, you have an idea of what you need to prep and how much you need to prep. Do you know how much food you have and how long you and your family can survive without leaving your house? Okay. In a grid down situation, whether the power's out for a day, 5, 6, 8 hours, 2 days, or worst case scenario, long term. How long can you guys go without leaving your house? Okay. If we're talking about canned goods, how many cans of vegetables or whatever it is will you consume daily? Okay. Canned goods, two groups. Main dish, some type of protein, mix it with a vegetable, could even be rice, beans, whatever it could be. Okay. Side dish, vegetables. How many cans are needed to feed your family? You should know that. We all know that. Crystal, good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Our son's favorite vegetable are green beans. And no matter, all of us are eating. I know, particularly my son, the athlete, the poor college student, as he says, will definitely eat 2 cans of green beans by himself. So we have to prep accordingly. Okay. Also, folks, don't forget about your pets. If you have pets, prep for your pets. That's everything we're going to talk about, include the pets as well. So, know what you're prepping, know how much it's going to take to feed your family, folks. Okay. Meal ideas, large dishes that can feed the family for a couple of days: stews, spaghettis, pastas, soups, chilies, whatever it may be. Okay. We may have to change our eating habits if possible. For those of you that are on medications and you have to eat regularly, I highly suggest you stay down that path. Me personally, if we go into an shtf event, which could be grit down or something else, me personally, I know I'm going to eat once a day. That's just me. Now, the rest of the family, we're prepared for 3 meals a day, but if we eat once a day, that just means our food is going to last longer. African Dreaming, welcome in, my brother. Hope you're doing well. Say hello to your amazing wife. Thank you for stopping by and joining us on our part 2 of our amazing series. So remember, if you do cut down to eating once a day, you want to eat high proteins, calories, and minerals. You need to stay healthy, okay? Because if your health diminishes, you're not going to be any good, okay? Chicken, eggs, right, Joel? Absolutely. As Joel just said, chickens are important. Eggs contain every vitamin and mineral but vitamin C. Buy canned oranges. Absolutely. Absolutely. and you guys in the chat, everybody in the chat, chime in, give other ideas other than what I'm talking about, because I'll tell you, I'll be the first one to say I don't know everything and will never pretend to know everything. So if you have to change your eating habits during a long-term power outage, do so. But make sure when you do eat, you're getting the biggest bang for your buck of vitamins, minerals, and proteins and calories, so that you can keep your health up. Because now, with the power out, everything is a manual process, and that's what we have to do. Yeah, Coffee says nope, can't do once a day, maybe twice, but not once. Exactly. Do what works for you and your family. Right, twice a day, absolutely. That's a good thing. So keep that in mind. High proteins, folks. Get the biggest bang for your buck that is nutritious and healthy for you and your family. So now let's talk about water. How much water should you store? All of it? I would highly agree. Out of everything we're talking about tonight, water is life, folks. Water is the most important, because we all know that we can only go 3 days without water, and then the body begins to deteriorate. Adriana said rice and beans or red beans, that what we Hispanics eat, or what we ate in our country when we were broke. Rice and beans is a good meal. It absolutely is, Adriana, and I agree with you totally. And make it worthwhile, folks. Water. How much water should you store? Plan on an average, and my average is high, because in this type of situation, I'd rather have and consume more water than less. Okay. 6 gallons of water per day per person. Okay. That's everything: drinking, cooking, cleaning, everything. 72 gallons of water per person per week. Here's the math done for you. So, a family of 4, that's 280 gallons of water per week. Know how much water you need, know how to store your water, know where to source your water if you have to go out to get water. But water is critical to life, folks. And don't forget about your pets, as always. And again, this is a high figure. But if you really sit down and think about, I did a video on water. It's in a playlist, um, about really thinking about how much water one person uses a day on a daily basis. Okay. Um, Jones Truth, welcome in, welcome in. And Jones Truth says, there's only 3 of us, but I will be storing up for 4. Absolutely. You may have to store more. Old Mutt, good to see you, my friend. Welcome in. Old Mutt says, make changes now, will make it easier later. Absolutely, Old Mutt. And that's what I did last year when eating. There was about, I think I did it for 6 months or 8 months, where I only ate once a day. And I wanted to see if I would lose weight or gain weight, but how I felt. Could I still go out and do all the work, that needed to be done around the property by eating just once a day? And you're absolutely right, Old Mutt. Make changes now, and it'll be a lot easier later. Um, very, very well. Very, very well. Joel says, I drink a lot of water, but it's not 8 glasses a day. And the COO gets on me for not drinking enough water. And I tell her, well, I drink coffee all day. There's water in there. And she said, yeah, it's also a diuretic, and you're going to the bathroom much more. So please drink some water. And I just looked at her and said, yes, ma'am. So there you go, folks. So this is just an average of a family of 4, how much water will be used in a week's time. Keep an ideal on it. I know my man, he's still in the chat, African Dreaming. Him and his wife are in Africa. He just got, if I'm not mistaken, a 1,000-liter water storage tank. And he can talk more about that in the chat if he likes to. But water is critical, folks. And it's a necessity and a must have. So make sure you're storing water and those types of things. Now, needs for water: drinking, cooking, cleaning, and hygiene. How can we store water? For those of us that are out in rural America and you have wells, we're good. But we got to be able to run our wells in a grid down situation, which we all should know how to and what needs to be done. But here are the 4 needs for water: drinking, cooking, cleaning, and hygiene. How do you store water? If you want to store large quantities of water, polymer plastic storage containers that are peat, PET friendly. Those are the blue, I think they're 55-gallon drums or whatever, that are safe for storing water. You've got the 5-gallon stackable water bricks. You have 7-gallon storage containers, and of course 1-gallon water bottles, which we all know. So know what you're doing, know how to store your water as well. Right, Adriana, she says, I live in New York and it's hard to store. I have the bricks, a total of 6. Exactly. Folks, again, think outside of the box. Get creative about storing your preps and preparing things you need to prep for. Jim Ketchum, good to see you, my brother. Welcome in. So think of ways of how you can store water. Keep in mind, where are you going to store your water? If you can, store it out of the sun in a cool place somewhere between 50 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit, and cover it if you can with a tarp under, if you're storing it outside or in a barn or in a shed. Those are some of the things that you want. Coffee said she's selling dehydrated water. If anyone is interested, PM her for the details. Exactly. How do we make water safe to drink? If we're storing water, you can add things to the water that'll keep it stable, keep it safe to drink, and you have to rotate it as well. But if you have to source water from other sources, boiling it, of course, 3 to 5 minutes, let it boil or rolling boil. It may not take out all of the contaminants, but it will help purify it. You can add bleach to the water. You can add 8 drops for every gallon of water. Let it sit anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. May not take out all the toxic contaminants. There are, filters, Life Straws, Sawyer Minis, Pure Sips, Berkey water filters, Aqua Tabs. There's tons of things on the market that you can get that will purify your water as well. I did a video on the Puri bag, a new product that we have here. Those are things that you need to keep in mind when you have to source water. If you're storing water, please make sure that it is potable and safe to drink. Also, keep in mind, and this is one thing I do here, I store what I call other water. Turning Guns, I see your comment. What is a brick? A brick is a rectangular blue brick that is built for storing water that's stackable. Somebody in the chat can explain it more in detail, but it's called a water brick. You can also get the water bevies or water bladders that literally will fit in your bathtub, and you can fill it in the bathtub to store water in it as well. Welcome in, Modi Soldier. Good to see you, my brother. Hope you're doing well. there's tons of products out there that you can use to store water, especially if you live in an apartment or if you don't have the room to store cases upon cases of water and water bricks. You can get what I think they're called bathtub bivvies, or somebody in the chat knows, bladders that you can put in the bathtub, hook up to the bathtub faucet, and fill it up with water. There you go, coffee. Turning guns. It's a rectangular concrete thing that helps build houses, but that's not important right now. Bricks. Those are regular bricks. Yes, coffee got jokes tonight. Right, Adriana. Yes, the water bladders, you can get them for the size of your tub, and it will literally fill up your tub. And it comes with a siphoning valve where you can siphon it off and do all of those good things. Jay Creature, good to see you, my brother. Welcome in. He says he stores his water in his ankles. Good to see you. Good to see you, Jay Creature. So, folks, make sure when you're storing water that it is stored properly so that it remains safe for drinking. But like I had mentioned, I store what I call other water in 1-gallon water jugs. When I buy water and we drink it, I recycle those jugs to store other water in that are used for cleaning, for hygiene, and possibly, if necessary, to pour in the toilets to flush the toilets. And there's tons of other things you can do with other water. Yes, absolutely. Ghost Lincoln says water brick. Google search, quick and simple, stable and easy to clean. Absolutely. So with water, let's move on from water. Keep in mind, folks, water is life. If you run out of water, you're going to be in trouble. You're going to have to go source water from somewhere else. That's why it's important to know other resources around you if you need to get water and have containers to acquire such water to bring back to the house to make it safe for consumption. Make sure you know how to purify water and things like that. Medication and first aid. First of all, if you have prescription medications, folks, that you all know that you take and need, make sure you ask and see if you can get 180-day prescriptions and put some back and save some of your meds so you have more on hand than need be. If your doctor will give you extra prescriptions, if you can get them in 180-day prescriptions. Also, if you're on medications, if you can, look into holistic remedies that'll help you get off of the big pharma hamster wheel if possible. And I know some things you can't, and that's okay, but just know that that is an option. Absolutely, Jay Creature. Swimming pools will flush your toilets. Get a pool. Absolutely, absolutely. Um, and storm weather said one winter our power went out all day, so we melted snow in the wood stove to use for flushing toilets. Absolutely. And that's what I'm talking about, folks. Think outside of the box of how you can use other means to create resources for water and things like that. So as far as medications, look into holistic remedies. Know the meds and have a list of all the meds for everybody in your household and what they need as well. And also, over-the-counter medications, get them now, folks, because we know what country makes all medications, and it definitely isn't the United States of America. Stock up on your over-the-counter meds as well as your holistic elderberries and creating your syrups and salves, your garlic and honey, all of that good stuff, so that we can stay healthy when the emergency rises and can't get the medications we need. Welcome in, Majid. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome. being prepared on medications and over-the-counter drugs is a must-have as well, folks. And you guys know I'm heavy into first aid and first aid kits. Okay, put together your own first aid kit if possible. Begin putting together an extensive first aid kit that includes trauma as well, not just band-aids and gauze pads and all of that, but if you can, get things that will help heal or fix holes that may be made in you or a family member. Okay. Tourniquets are a must. You got to have tourniquets. I personally recommend multiple tourniquets, if not one tourniquet per household member. Okay. That'll reinsure you that there are enough tourniquets to go around. Moonsprout, welcome in. Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm missing tons of good stuff in the chat. So get through this first aid section here. Basic boo-boo kits are good also, but trauma kits, make sure if you put together trauma kits that the trauma kit addresses the March algorithm, and we'll get into that in a moment. Also, don't forget about your pets. If your pets have medications they need, make sure that you have enough for them, as well as other first aid items for our fur babies. And I'm looking through the chat. Majid, good to see you, my friend. If I didn't speak to you, you guys come up with some great ideas and great things. I saw something and I'm trying to, Turning Guns says, now I'm thinking how well boxed wine stacks. Thank you guys. Great bartering tool, by the way, also. Joe said, wow, 14 to 18% alcohol, but the grape, 65 to 80% alcohol, tastes like wine, though. There you go. Jay Creature said, I think I could live on Guinness for some time. Yeah, absolutely. 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 Folks, we got to take this serious. Make sure that you're getting what you need as well. So with that, let's keep it moving because we only have 20 minutes. We'll probably run over, but that's okay. As long as y'all hang in, I will hang in and we'll go from there. Now, the March algorithm is massive hemorrhaging, airway, circulation, hypothermia, and head injury. Okay, the March algorithm came from the military. Okay, and the greatest thing that they noticed that our soldiers were dying from was massive hemorrhaging. Okay, that's why you have the cat tourniquets, the soft T tourniquets, things like that. Make sure you guys have tourniquets and get a original tourniquet. And I can't say this enough. Please, 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 sir, please, ma'am, do not order tourniquets off of Amazon. Get them from a reputable first aid company. And why I say that, because an original cat tourniquet, I'm going to show you guys, an original cat tourniquet, which is TCCC certified, will have a serial number on the back. If it does not have this on it, folks, don't buy it or return it. You want a cat tourniquet that is the real deal because it's nothing to play with if you have to use a tourniquet to save somebody's life, especially a family member. So make sure you get that. But the March algorithm is massive hemorrhaging, airway, respiratory, circulation, and hypothermia, head injury. Okay. Again, I can't stress this enough, folks. Um, Absolutely, Prepper Book Club. Welcome in, my brother. And he said yes. An original certified tourniquet will cost you anywhere from $32 to $36 a piece. Okay. Right. Don't cheap out on it, folks. Don't do it. And if you need recommendations on where to get tourniquets, you can always email me at visionpreparedness@gmail.com. Also, along the lines, folks, please, it is vital. Get professional medical training. Take a Stop the Bleed course. Take a CPR AED course. Take a first aid course. Take wilderness survival course. Take all the medical training you can get, because it will do nothing but benefit you and your family if such an emergency comes up. Um, and by the way, for those of you um, that were at the bug out weekend last year, this weekend, bug out weekend, which is May 16th through the 19th, 2024, we got a lot of great things in the works for you. Roaming Prepper, my brother, thank you so much. Cold Toy Fund. You got that right, Roaming Prepper. He needs more toys because he eats about one every 2 days. Thank you so much for your donation, my brother. I appreciate it, folks. And all donations go back into the channel, back to bring you guys amazing content and events. And the Roaming Prepper couldn't have been a better friend and fur owner as well, because he has a house full of corgis. Bentley is my guy. Bentley is by far going to be the leader of the pack one day. And if not, he'll just cause mayhemicness throughout the household all the time. But thank you, Pete, for the donation. I truly appreciate it, my brother. And good to see you as always. Thank you for coming by. Very true. Yes, acronym. Yes, but algorithm is fun as well. J Creature, you're absolutely right. But yeah, folks, please get professional medical training. It is a must. Yardbirds, welcome in. And I can tell all of those that will be attending Bug Out Weekend 2024, we are working hard on a Stop the Bleed course. If we have to do it ourselves, because we are now certified to teach that class, and we can do it as well. So with that, let's keep the ball rolling. Now, let's talk about energy. Alternative lighting and other sources of energy are a must in a grid down situation. Everybody in their household should be able to walk around through the house in the dark without banging into walls, bumping into furniture, and of course, stepping on a fur baby. We got contingency items we can use: flashlights, headlamps, battery operated lanterns. Please, folks, make sure you have plenty of batteries, whether they be regular batteries, lithium ion batteries, rechargeable batteries. Have plenty of batteries to power everything that you will need in a grid down situation. Also, solar lights are great to use as well. Emergency candles. I'm not a big fan of fire, meaning candles to use as light, because it creates another hazard I have to keep an eye on and look out. So candles for me would be a last choice to use as well. So power banks, the small power banks can charge electronics for the kids and whatever else you may need to charge. Now, grid down situation. How are you going to cook indoors? What are some things that XNYC Prepper, welcome in, my brother. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a great day today. Old Mutt said, Preppers like Jason Charles, the Angry Prepper, has been teaching us first aid at campouts. That is awesome, Old Mutt, and not couldn't been a better person. Could not have been a better person. The Angry Prepper, he knows his stuff, and that is absolutely awesome. But folks, grid down situation. How are you going to cook? Okay, if you have a gas stove, that's fine. You can use your gas stove, but you're going to need a lighter to light the pilot or light the burner on the stove, which is fine. Can you cook indoors? A camp stove. Can you pull out the Coleman, put it on the counter, attach a canister to it, and start cooking? Absolutely. It's safe to use indoors. Just make sure that you have enough canisters prepped and you understand how long the canister will last and what it will do for you and your family. Exactly, Rumming Prepper, unless you trip on a dog. Right, I'm with you. And Cole is dark. He's black. So yeah, to trip on him, yeah, I do it all the time. Old Joe Biden, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. There you go, Jones Truth. Right. Prep a battery case, she said, with all sizes. I do the same. I prep all the batteries we need. Make sure you do that. Jay Creature says the headlamp will be essential equipment during magnetic pole shifts or supervolcanoes. There you go. I have a headlamp that is solar rechargeable. So during the day, I can set it out in the sun. If we have a sun, hopefully we have a sun, and it will recharge on its own. Crystal R., thank you for stopping in. Have a good evening, and thank you for coming by. Aston Teen 85, welcome in, and welcome in everybody else that I didn't get a chance to speak to. Thank you. And it is much appreciated. So, cooking indoors. How are you going to cook? Inside, wood burning stoves. You could construct something and cook over, if you have a fireplace, cook over the fireplace. If you have a hot plate that needs to be plugged in, make sure you have a source generator to plug in, and we'll get into all of that stuff as well. Flashlights. Make sure you guys got a lot of flashlights. Are you going to cook on a wood burning stove? Is it safe to cook outdoors? You know, this is one thing that me and my guys talk about all the time. Well, yeah, we can cook outdoors. Okay, when you cook outdoors, what does that do? Two things. It creates smoke and smell. If we're in a long-term grid down situation, passerbyers, neighbors now know, wait a minute, where's that smell of food coming from? So those are things to think about if you're cooking outdoors. Old Mutt says, one of my solar generators is just for microwave and coffee maker. Can't live without the coffee. You know, Old Mutt, you're absolutely right. I agree with you 1000%. So he has a dedicated solar generator just for the microwave and the coffee pot. There you go. That's what I'm talking about, folks. Plan, and what to do in a grid down situation. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, do you have enough fuel, whatever you're using to cook with? Do you have enough? If you're cooking with wood outside or in the fireplace, make sure you have an abundance of wood so that it will last you throughout the power outage. And if you have to go source wood, you do so, but make sure you have enough that will last. If you use a Coleman camping stove, make sure you have enough of the canisters. And sterno cans are just as good to cook with. One thing I was looking at is I can use a sterno can indoors with a small camp stove that I have that sets right up over it, and line up a couple of those and can cook right there. Eco Neighbor, welcome in, my brother. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well this evening. Please say hello to the amazing Mrs. Eco Neighbor, Gigi. Tell her I said hello. Yes, Miss Jones Truth, you know me. Every time y'all see me, there is a coffee cup within hand's reach. So make sure, folks, you have enough fuel to cook with, whatever that may be, whatever your cooking fuel is, make sure you prep enough for that. Now, let's get into alternative lighting as well as other sources of energy are a must. Generators, you know, everybody should have at least one gas or diesel or dual fuel generator that they can use. Um, that's going to make noise. So keep that in mind. And sound travels, and we all know that. So that's going to have to be guarded and maintained. And can be stored outside in the cold. Teresa's asking, can butane cans be stored outside in the cold? Well, I don't think they'll freeze, but I'm not sure if I would store butane cans outside, maybe in the garage. Somebody in the chat, if you know the answer to that, please give Teresa a good answer. But get a gas generator, diesel fuel generator, dual fuel generator, whether it's gas, propane, whatever it is, use it. If you have a home backup generator, if you are lucky enough to have one, um, use that. And then we have solar generators. Don't forget your solar panels. Um, I have a home backup generator. I have a Genrec, and I've got tons of solar generators. And I'm working on something new for a backup to the backup to the backup using solar generators that hopefully I'll be able to share with folks here shortly. Don't forget your solar panels. Know what you need, know how many you need, know how long it will take to charge up your solar generators. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. When I first met Old Mutt and he pulled up at the bug out weekend, what he was pulling behind his truck left me speechless. That is absolutely amazing. And if he comes this next year to the bug out weekend, for those of you that are coming that didn't come last year, you have to make sure that you make contact and introduce yourself to Old Mutt, because last year I said, this is the man I want to sit down with. And story after story after story that he told, and I was asking thousands of questions. He's absolutely amazing and very helpful and knowledgeable. The Widow's Diary, artist and poet. Welcome in, welcome in. Good to see you. So, fuel, make sure you have enough fuel to power all your generators in a long-term grid down situation. Fuel may not be easy to acquire because you won't be able to get it from the gas station if there's a grid down situation. And I'll leave it at that. It could be acquired, but I'm going to leave it at that. Storing fuel is a good thing also, but it takes up space and it must be rotated and preserved. Um, Preservatives need to be added to it, and you're going to have to rotate your fuel regularly. 6 months, every 6 months, you should be rotating fuel if you store it. Adriana said, think coming from a third world country, prepare me a lot of stuff like this. I feel it for our kids that were born here and will be freaking dying if they don't get internet. Absolutely. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Yardbird said, you know what else makes noise? My M1s. Absolutely. So you're gonna have to guard your generators and everything else. But make sure if you're storing fuel, folks, that you rotate it out, that you add stabilizer to it if need be, to store long term. Um, it is amazing. And by the way, Eco Neighbor, do me a favor and type the word vision so it drops a link to your channel. Folks, Eco Neighbor's down in Florida. Him and his wife Gigi are homesteaders on the land, building from scratch. He has some amazing content of what he's doing over there. If you have not subscribed to his channel, as well as all the other content providers in the chat, please do so, folks. He gives some great tips on what they're doing on their homestead. And always, um, do what you can to help out all the great content creators. Right, alcohol stoves. Absolutely, Old Mutt. Old Mutt literally bought folks, alcohol stoves that were made out of soda cans. Absolutely amazing. All you do is pour your fuel in them, some denatured alcohol, light them up, and you're cooking. So let's keep moving here. And I'm missing a lot in the chat, but I'm trying to get through this information in a reasonable time frame for everybody. ARD, welcome in, family. Good to see you. He's tapping in from the Bay with much respect. Appreciate you, brother, for stopping in. Okay, let's talk hygiene. And you guys know all of these topics are on a high level. If you have any questions about anything we talk about in this series, feel free to email me and we can elaborate and I can give you more details. Hygiene, good hygiene is a must. Cleanliness is next to godliness. And especially during a grit down situation, folks, you can get sick and die from bad hygiene, dysteria, and all of that other stuff. Okay. Emergency bathrooms. If you cannot flush your toilet and you have not prepared what I call other water to flush the toilets, you may have to literally build a latrine outside with a bucket, thick mail trash bags, and kitty litter, or literally dig a hole in the ground, a bucket, and a box of cat litter next to it, and take care of it. Camp bathroom, build a latrine. If you're going to make a latrine, an outdoor latrine, keep it at least 100 yards away from anything and everything. You don't want to cross contaminate anything. Okay. If you prep other water, it can be used to flush your toilets, as I said. And ladies, please do not forget the feminine hygiene products if needed. Prep that stuff, because in a grit down situation, you gotta take care of everything. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Hand soap, liquid soap, laundry detergent. Can you make your own soap? There's tons of videos on how to make soap. Love and Life, if you go over to their channel, they did a video on making their own soap. It's awesome. And with that, I'll throw this out because I know it's coming up in a couple of slides. Can you make a makeshift washing machine or something that you can use to wash your clothes in manually? I have an old washboard that's just waiting to be used to wash clothes manually and hang them up to dry. Plain and simple. Um, folks, so we got to take care of our personal hygiene. Keep in mind, in a grit down situation, especially long term, let's just say there's a blackout and it's 2-3 months into it. Hygiene is going to become critical. And we're going to have to make sure that it is something that we maintain along those lines. Okay. How will you clean your clothes? Like I said, can you make a makeshift washing machine? Get a bucket and a plunger or whatever means necessary. You can buy the portable washing machines that you could plug into a solar generator that'll wash 1 or 2 items, hang them out to dry. Make sure though you use non-scented detergent if you're going to wash clothes, because there is nothing worse than being in a crowd during a grid down situation where you may be in line getting rations from the ice cream crew, and somebody smells your fresh, clean clothes. They know something. Wait a minute. Do they have power? Are they washing their clothes in a washing machine? We need to follow them home and see what they have that we may want to take. There you go. Jones Truth said you can take apart a fan and rig it as an agitator to wash clothes. There you go, Miss Jones Truth. There you go. See, you guys come up with some great out of the box ideas. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. But make sure you use non-scented detergent if you're going to make your own laundry detergents, or if you have detergent that you want to use up. Also, baby wipes, disposable wipes, dude wipes, all of that stuff you can use to clean yourself and your family, and dispose of them as need be. Hand soap, liquid soap, can you make your own soap? Hand sanitizer, use hand sanitizer as well. Eco Neighbor says, sometimes we use a tote, soap, herbs, and let it dry depending on the weather. Absolutely. Absolutely. There's great ideas out there. Coffee says two buckets, one inside the other. Inside one with drilled holes, use a new clean plunger with holes drilled to agitate. When you're done, take out the inside bucket, drain it into the other. Absolutely. Absolutely. There you go, folks. And as old Mutt says, prison washing machine, plunger, and 5-gallon bucket. Absolutely. There it is. That's how you do it. You guys know the drill. Make sure that you have that kind of things on hand, if it need be, and if it comes down to washing clothes in a long-term power outage. Okay? These are the things that are going to be necessary, not only to survive, but to thrive within that. You guys are awesome. Yeah. And those are the things. Miss Jones Truth says aloe plus alcohol equals hand sanitizer. There you go, folks. Moisturize and sanitize your hands. Absolutely. Right. Pennsylvania Preparedness says just don't use your emergency toilet bucket to do the laundry. Absolutely. Please don't do that. That could be interesting. But yeah, make sure, folks, you have the means to wash clothes if need be. Okay. So let's talk about security. Secure your home once everyone is safely home. In a long-term grid down, how will you secure your property? You may have to do 24-hour guard duty. Could become reality, folks. That could be our reality. Can you do it? You can create things, tripwires, area alarms. If you have cameras up, will your cameras work during grid down event? You may not have internet or access to the internet. Will your cameras still work? How will you protect your family and your property? This is something we all have to make sure that we are at least thinking about it and putting plans in place as well to protect our property and our family in a grid down situation. Roaming prepper. The aliens say hit the like button. Yes. Teresa, can of hairspray and a Bic lighter. Oh yeah, I used to do that when I was a kid, but I used a can of Lysol when it was in the original yellow or gold can, and a big lighter. That was wonders on ant farms and bee nests. Absolutely, absolutely, without a doubt. Yes, Jones Truth. Have thorny bushes around the perimeter of your house. Absolutely, absolutely. Adriana says, I'm screwed in New York. All I have to get rocks to fight people, but can't own guns in the state. But what you can own is knives, especially kitchen knives, meat cleavers. All those good things work very well. Yes, indeed. Pretty Prepper, good evening. Yes, door alarms work well, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Aquanet, spray that. It works well. J3GS Farm is in the building. Good to see you. Day, you're never late. You're right on time, my brother. Good to see you, and thank you for stopping in. Um, yeah, lots of knives. Absolutely. Hey, do what you got to do in a grit down situation, and you have possible threats that are trying to enter your house. Do whatever needs to be done. Um, yeah, absolutely. Yes. Miss Jones Truth says right there, there you go, swords, machetes, mace, etc. Booby traps, yes. And I will say this, folks. Well, we'll get to that. I'll save that. Now, for those of us that are 2A, and I gotta tread kind of lightly here. Practice, practice, practice. Get to the range. Okay. Know how to use it. Have your family members know how to use it and when to use it. Because you may have to pull, like I said, 24-hour guard duty to protect your property. And that in itself is a whole different scenario that has to be thought through and talked about. You're right, Majik. Improvise, without a doubt. Improvise, improvise, improvise. Um, Roaming Prepper says, Adriana, Bryna Prepper spray gun is now legal in New York. Think of a paintball gun that has CS spray inside. You may want to check. There you go. Thank you for that tip, Pete. There it is, folks. Also, use what you have, people. Absolutely, Magic. Yes. Yes. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Um, All right, Devil Dog. Have a great evening, my brother. And I'll be talking to you later. Be safe. That's all I'm going to say to you. And we'll be talking for sure. So, with that, folks, do you have enough friends and family that can come together that you can pull a 24-hour shift of guard duty to protect your property? You may have to do 2 shifts of 12, break up the shifts to cover to make sure that, the property is guarded and being watched 24 hours a day. For those of you in the burbs, in the subdivisions, in the city, can your community come together and form a patrol to protect homes and families? Or do you have outside resources that can help? Do you have a mag? Do you have friends? Do you have like-minded people that everybody can come together to help protect not only you and your property, but neighbors and so forth? Right, mid-GA preparedness, bows, bow and arrow, crossbows, all of that good stuff. Right, Colleen, you can own guns in New York. You can own them in New York State, just not in New York City. There you go. It is, folks, think outside the box. But you pull a group of guys together? And us in Ohio, my guys, we've talked about this and what we would do and what we're going to do if such thing happens and goes down. That where we all come together and know what we need to do. Yard Dog says, I'll be at the range this weekend. The ammo shortage is a hoax. And I agree with you, my friend. Practice, folks. Get it. Store it. Get it now. Because, with inflation and all of that stuff, prices increase. Pews are only going to be more expensive tomorrow. And for financial tips, check out the Roaming Prepper. He does some amazing briefs. If you're not subscribed to his channel, folks, check him out. He gives some great advice. Psalms 146, Home and Garden, welcome in, welcome in. She says, a pepper spray gun, I want one. There you go, folks. Get them. Get them. They work, and they're good. Yeah. Yes, indeed, without a doubt. Micro Wolf, welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Micro Wolf says you can own a firearm in New York. You can't live in any major city. If you live in the world area, suburbia, you get a pass, a background check, be a good citizen, catch only 10 rounds. Exactly. Exactly. But folks, you get your people. Adriana, thank you so much. Yeah, they are. And that's one thing I love about our community and everybody that comes to this channel. Everybody gives ideas. It's not about me, it's about us collectively. Because at the end of the day, when the poop hits the fan, it's only going to be us that come together not only to survive, but to thrive. Tracy K, welcome in, welcome in. Good to see you, Tracy. Hope you're doing well. Happy you have a great day. She said, get one of them flashlight nightstick type deals. Also, on that note, Tracy, they do have flashlights that are also stun guns. I saw those a while ago. But yes, absolutely, Tracy. But yeah, folks, gather your people. J3, you're like me. I'm with you on that, bruh. Yes, I'll take the night shift also. Yes, very much so, without a doubt. But folks, think of the things you can do. Because, and I'm going to say this, in a major, and I think it is the next slide, I hope. Yes. Let's talk about this. Speaking of the night shift, J3, total grid down, long term, the rules of the game are going to change. Let's just talk about, take the example. Let's say there's for some reason, there's an attack and the grid is down, minus an EMP. Vehicles still work, all of that, but the electrical grid is gone. Okay? It's going to be mass chaos. More than likely, martial law will be instituted. With that, folks, please, please, sir, please, ma'am, listen up to this. When martial law is instituted, not only can they come to your house and take what you have, but they can take and arrest you while you're out on the streets. So it's best you stay home before, or get home before martial law is instituted. But once martial law is instituted, no one's coming to save you. You are your own first responder, and therefore you must defend what you have. Now, I got to tread lightly because I don't want to get a strike or have this taken down. What you do on your property is your business, and do what you need to do. When I said something about trip alarms and all of that, step up the game on the area alarm systems. And if you know what I mean, do what you know. Who can you depend on? Can your group of people come together to defend your street, your block, your neighborhood, your home? Put a plan in place, folks. And this whole series came out of not only what's going on in the world, but I've really been thinking about this for the past year. I truly believe we're going to experience a major grid down event. Don't know how it's going to happen or what's going to be the extent of it, but we're going to see what I believe is some type of major grid down effect come into, yeah. All right, Majik, he says, I got some fam. Right. Get them all together. And that's my biggest thing, is getting the family here at home. And I've opened up my place to other friends and family that they know in such an event. They can come here, bring what they have, need to add to the collective, and we're going to defend from here. Adriana said, I will have to call Jason. He's the only person I know in New York. Well, Adriana, think outside of the state of New York. Who do you know outside of the state of New York that if you have to bug out and you can get out of the city, out of the state, where you can go and get there safely? Those are the things to think about. Because this now we are in times of lawlessness in a total grid down situation, which I pray that it never happens. But if it does, that not only am I prepared, but we are prepared. And that's why I do what I do. That's why my channel is here, just to get people thinking about preparedness and what to do in this type of event. Oh my gosh, it's 9:19. You guys are amazing, and I'll say that, and I want to say thank you to everybody that came out. We are not done. This may be the last slide in this episode, and it is. And if that is the case, I'm going to remove the slide presentation, and we can stop sharing this. And comments. Let's talk a minute. Any, and I've seen tons of great comments in the chat and ideas on the topic. And if you guys would like to see more types of series like these on different topics, put a 1 in the chat, because I have some other ideas that I want to talk about that could be series, 1 or 2 or 3 parts. If you would like to see these types of Mayhemic Thursdays, just put a 1 in the chat. And you are right, Ghost Lincoln. Get it to Ohio. Ohio strong we are, and getting stronger. And that's how we do. That's what we do. And I'm seeing ones in the chat. That is cool. That is awesome. Thank you guys so much. My prepper journey. Good to see you. Welcome in. Now I can speak to some folks. Oops. Welcome in. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. You guys are amazing. I have probably the best moderators on the planet, and a lot of them are content creators, and they're just as amazing content creators as they are moderators. And again, Mid-GA Preparedness says, see, survival living has a few prepper about burnt guns videos. There you go. Absolutely. There you go. Survival living. The pepper spray guns. There you go. But yeah, I'm going to put together some other series, and we'll be doing that as well. But it is what it is, and we're going to do what we do, because all of us need to not only survive, but we need to thrive. And thank you for the ones. I'm going to be bringing some other topics as well. Joe said, if I was ruler of the world right now, I'd EMP the world and start over. Yeah, that wouldn't be bad, because according to Grandpa Ice Cream, in a total blackout across this country, in the first year, 90% of the population would be dead. Again, I just want to mention a few things to all of the winners of the Get Home bags. The pigeons, the birds, the chickens have flown the coop. They're on their way. They are in the mail, and you should be getting them probably as early as possibly this weekend, which should be. So there you go. You guys are amazing. Adriana says, I have my brother in Kentucky. There you go. There you go. If you can get to Kentucky, Adriana, get to Kentucky. F. Pierce says it's hard here in PA. What do you mean by that, F. Pierce? I missed the comment. PA, she said, such a shame. Well, F. Pierce, you are a neighbor. You're in PA. We're in Ohio. You never know. You never know. Um, keep prepping, folks. And I'm going through the chat trying to catch up, but I am failing epically. Because I know you guys are giving some great comments. I may have to rewatch the video just to go through the comments. Old Mutt, you're absolutely right. Outstanding preppers here, and you are part of that. And folks, I will say this. I now have the distinguished honor to say that I personally am one of Old Mutt's kids, because when you meet him in person, you get to use the hashtag Old Mutt's Kids, because I've learned so much from him, had an amazing experience, and spent a great weekend with him, that I too am now one of Old Mutt's kids. And be careful, because I guarantee you he will end up giving you something. He left me with a metal trunk of stuff. He said, here you go. This is for you to give away at the bug out weekend. It is your headache now. And he walked away. And I appreciate you, Old Mutt. Ooh, Jones Truth said you should do the first 5 days of SHTF and what will happen. You know, Jones Truth, I will say this. I actually was thinking about creating a mini series because of Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. They did one. I forget the title of theirs, and they got that from NY Prepper, who did a series on a nuclear attack. I may do that. I'm thinking about it. It's in the queue, and I may do a first 5 days of an SHTF and what will happen, and we'll see what happens. If I get the time, I may just do that. For sure. But it is 9:25. We're going to go to 9:30, and I'm going to let you amazing folks go. Any questions for me? If you have a question for me about anything in this series, preparing your family and your house for a power outage, put them in all caps, and I will address it, and hopefully I won't miss it. Joel asked, let me find it here because I want to put it up on the screen. XNYC Prepper, my brother, thank you for the donation. YouTube creators don't make money on replays. Let this live replay on your phone help out my brother. Thank you for the donation, X. By the way, X, make sure you type the word vision to drop a link to your channel. You need to check out his channel as well. And thank you for the donation, X. I appreciate you and everything you do, not only for me, but for our community as a whole. Joe asked a comment, and I'm looking for it. Here it is right here. Joe asked me, he said, can you camp in your yard for a week without using the house? Try it. I could do that. I probably could for sure. Without a doubt. Coffee, thank you so much. She said, Vision, this was an awesome video, not a question. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Coffee. You guys are amazing. You guys are the reason why I keep coming back. And it only gets gooder. And together we all are going to do our thing. My prepping journey says, I got 35 pounds of boneless chicken breasts for $1.37 a pound today. I just finished prepping and vacuum sealing. I have a solar generator specifically for the freezer in case our lights go out. That's what I'm talking about, folks. And if you use solar generators, make sure you get the generator that will do the job. And by the way, there's something that's coming out that I will be posting Monday on solar generators. Folks, in my opinion, this is a game changer. And keep an eye out on my community tab on Monday, and there will be corresponding videos as well. Thank you so much, Adriana. Vision, this was great. Thank you so much. Envision, do I have Cash App? I do have Cash App. That's a good question. Da 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 da. My Cash App is. I'll put it in the chat. You guys don't have to do this, but she asked, so I'm answering the question. And I will probably delete this shortly after. So here is my Cash App right there. And you don't have to, but it is much appreciated. But I said I would answer questions, and that is the question. Pennsylvania Preparedness says, what do you think the most overlooked prep is for grid down? Water. I truly believe that it's water, because some people really don't realize how much water one person uses daily. So I would say it's water, and that's why I continuously talk about it. Water, 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 folks. And if you have well water and your own wells, make sure you have means to power your well pump, backup parts for your well pump, so forth and so on. Glad you had fun, Joel. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Looking for other questions. You're right, Salty Dog. I do also have a buy me a coffee. It's in the description. You can do that. I think we have Venmo as well. We do, but it's not in the description. Ain't that about nothing? Huh. Yeah. Anyway, yes, that's how you can get it. I'll start putting our Venmo solar generator. Adriana, do me a favor. Send me an email, and I'm going to clue you in on something that actually coming out Monday, a new solar generator. And Old Mutt, you also may want to take a look at this, because I personally think this is a game changer based on the expandability of it in itself. He said, stay till the 0 hour, 9:30 as we speak. My prepping journey, thank you so much. You are more than welcome. Thank you. And I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you could catch it. There you go. You got my Cash App. There it is. And there you go. Appreciate you, and thank you so much. My prepping journey, absolutely water. Yeah. Pennsylvania Preparedness, the number one overlooked prep, and especially grid down, is definitely water. He said, need a content creator 5-hour marathon. Mid-GA Preparedness, my brother African Dreamin' is the 5-hour marathon guy. And I tease him about it all the time. He's probably asleep because it's probably late there. But anyway, folks, I'll say this. I want to thank everybody for coming out. You guys are awesome. I would stay here another 2 hours, but I'm not, because I respect your time. Jones Truth says, is any of this information in written form? Would love to have a copy to send my family? How do I answer this? Jones Truth, I do, and it's not ready yet, and I'll share this with the community. We are literally bringing to the interwebs a online training course, live training course platform that we're going to be offering multiple classes that people can sign up for. Some of them will be free. Some of them will be a nominal fee, $5, $10, 15, whatever. We haven't decided yet, just to cover some costs. And one of the things everybody from the course will get is the course material as well. With that, I want to thank everybody. Jones Truth, by the way, send me an email and we'll talk. Everybody, thank you again so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. Everybody have an amazing evening. I could go on and talk about this because this isn't part-time. This is a lifestyle for me and my family. And I want people to be prepared in case of a major disaster, natural disaster or man-made. I want folks to not only survive, but to thrive. With that, remember this, folks. Keep prepping because your family depends on you and it depends on your life. God bless everybody. Stay safe. Enjoy the weekend. It's great seeing you. God bless everybody. And we will see you in the next video. Good night, everybody. The time is now.